My dear precious child, God is speaking to your heart right now. I have seen you. I have watched you in the dark places, in the quiet moments where no one else was there. I saw you when you were on your knees crying. I saw you when your heart was heavy and you didn't know if you could keep going. I was there. I never left, not for a moment. You may have thought I was silent, but I was close, so close. You may have thought I wasn't moving, but I was working behind the scenes. Every moment you stayed faithful, I took note. Every time you kept going when it hurt, I smiled over you. You didn't know it, but ye are passing my test. Yes, my chosen one, this life you've been living was not random. The pain, the struggle, the waiting, it wasn't without purpose. I allowed you to walk through hard things not to punish you, but to shape you. You were being tested, and you didn't even know it. Tested in your loyalty, tested in your trust, tested in your obedience. And I am here to tell you, you passed. You passed when you held on and didn't give up. You passed when you didn't understand but still chose to worship. You passed when you said yes to me, even when the world said no. You passed when you forgave. You passed when you stayed kind in the face of cruelty. You passed when you could have taken revenge but chose peace. You passed the test that many others have failed, and you didn't even realize you were being watched by heaven. But now I am speaking loudly and clearly. You are my chosen one. You were faithful. You stayed true. You endured. And now the testing season is over. You are stepping into reward. This is your moment. This is your time. The heavens are open over you now. I have commanded blessings to chase you down. I have told the angels to surround you. I have spoken your name before kings and nations, and you will see what I've been preparing for you. You waited long. You cried often. You stood alone. But you never walked away from me. And that is why I am pouring out favor that cannot be explained. What you're about to walk into, no man can stop. No enemy can block. No lie can undo. You passed the test of faithfulness, and now I will release the promise. I tested you with little, and now I will trust you with more. I allowed rejection so that I could give you divine protection. I allowed the breaking so that I could build you stronger. I allowed the delays so that my perfect timing would bring the blessing that lasts. Oh, my precious chosen one, if only you knew how proud I am of you. If only you could see the joy in heaven because of your obedience. You think you're just surviving, but I see a warrior. You think you're just barely making it, but I see a champion. You think you're ordinary, but I call you my chosen one. You are chosen not because of your strength, but because of your surrender. Not because of your perfect, but because of your persistence. Not because you never failed, but because you kept getting back up. I honor that. I bless that. I reward that. So today I say it again. You passed my test. You stood when it hurt. You praised when it didn't make sense. You gave when you didn't have much. You stayed when others left. You kept trusting me, even when it felt like nothing was happening. You chose me above the world, and I never missed a moment of it. Everything is about to change for you now. I am turning the page. I am writing a new story. The old things are gone. The pain you endured is not wasted. I will use it. I will redeem it. I will turn it into something beautiful. I make all things new, and that includes you. You have been through the fire, but you were not burned. You were in the storm, but you were not destroyed. I covered you. I protected you. Even when it didn't feel like it, I was always holding you. That is why you're still standing. That is why the enemy couldn't win, because you are mine. And now, because you passed the test, I am releasing blessings you didn't even ask for. Unexpected doors will open. Prayers you forgot you prayed will be answered. People who walked away will watch you rise. What was meant to harm you will now promote you. You were not forgotten. You were being prepared. You were not rejected. You were being hidden for the right moment. And that moment is now. You passed the test, my chosen one. You stood the test of time, of loneliness, of confusion, of hardship. And now I will give you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, praise for heaviness, strength for weakness, peace for every storm. This is your confirmation. This is your release. This is your turning point. Let the enemy tremble, because my chosen one has passed the test. Let every lie be silenced, because my truth is rising in your life. Let every tear be redeemed, because I am bringing restoration like a flood. Nothing will be wasted. Not the pain, not the time, not the battles, not the nights you cried into your pillow, not the times you wanted to quit but didn't. I am using it all. I am turning it all. I am making all things new. You were tested. You were pressed. You were stretched. But you endured. And now I say to you with all of heaven rejoicing, you passed the test. Now, watch what I do. Watch how I open doors no man can shut. Watch how I lift you up in the presence of your enemies. Watch how I promote you, bless you, and crown you with my glory. Because I always reward the faithful. And you, my precious chosen one, have been faithful. You held my hand even when you couldn't see the road. You followed my voice even when it felt silent. You trusted my plan even when it looked impossible. You passed the test. And now, it's your time to receive. My dear precious child, God is speaking to your heart right now. I know you've been waiting for this moment, to hear me clearly, to know deep in your soul that all you walked through was not in vain. And here it is. I'm declaring it loudly for the heavens and earth to hear. You passed my test. I chose you. I trusted you with the weight of the battle because I knew you wouldn't break. I knew you would rise. I knew that even through the fire, even through the tears, you would still hold on to me. That's what makes you my chosen one. You didn't need a crowd. You didn't need applause. You just needed my voice. And you followed it, even when everything around you tried to silence it. That's why I'm honoring you now. That's why everything is about to change. I am the God who rewards faithfulness, and I am releasing your reward now. From this day forward, walk like someone who passed heaven's test. Talk like someone chosen by the King of Kings. Pray like someone whose prayers are opening doors. Praise like someone who already sees the victory. The world may not understand you, but I do. The enemy may try to whisper lies, but I've already spoken truth over you. No curse, no chain, no attack can stop what I have released. You are free. You are loved. You are called. You are chosen. You passed. Now get up, chosen one. Don't hide anymore. Don't shrink back. Don't doubt what I'm doing. Stand boldly. Shine brightly. Speak loudly. Because now is the time to walk fully in who I created you to be. This is your divine launch. This is your rise after the wilderness. This is the moment that all of heaven celebrates. You made it. Now here's what I want you to do. Declare this out loud. I passed God's test. I am chosen. I am ready. Spend time with me today. Just you and me. Open your heart again. Let me speak even deeper. Pray bold prayers now. Ask for big things. Dream again. Trust again. Hope again. Share this message. Someone else needs to hear that they too are being prepared, not punished. You can be the voice I use. Walk like the atmosphere around you is changing, because it is. And never forget, precious child, I saw it all. I heard every silent prayer. I counted every step you took by faith. And now, all of heaven is moving on your behalf. The test is over. The shift has come. You are my chosen one. Now walk in it. With all my love, your Heavenly Father.